Alright, what's up everybody, it's Kami and welcome back to another episode of Stand Swap, where we take two stands, whether they're similar or not, and we switch them up. So it's pretty much just a power switching thing. And this one was from one of my subscribers, of course, that commented. I couldn't find the comment. I saw it the other day and I was trying to find it so I could get like a screenshot of it because I thought this one was a really good idea, but I couldn't find it for some reason. And this stand swap is Purple Haze and Weather Report. Now, when I looked at this one, I was just like, yep, that's the next stand swap, because I just thought about it and I was like, this is a really good idea. They're both really strong stands and they're both very useful in their own situation. So I thought this would be a cool stand swap episode that we could do. Whew. Skipping intros and shit. Was sipping some water and shit. But yeah, so of course, if you guys are enjoying the stand swap videos and stuff like that, go ahead and leave a like, comment down below what you want to see in the next stand swap and such like that. Again, it doesn't have to just be similar stands, because I guess people had this misconception that stand swap was only similar stands and stuff like that, but that's not what the series is at all. When I thought about stand swap, I was like, hey, let's just take two different powers and switch them between people, because that's cool. So Weather Report as a stand does exactly what the name says. No, it doesn't tell you the weather, but instead it controls weather, and it's really damn powerful at that. So he's got punch barrages and shit. He can summon down rain frogs. Weather himself, when he gets heavy weather, can kind of shoot out his blood in like little blood clots, and he can harden them so they kind of come out like spikes and shit. And that's what that triangle skill was. He has a little blood clot thing. Of course, he has the rapid punches and shit. And probably the deadliest thing about Weather Report is that he can actually destroy the ozone layer and essentially kill everybody and destroy the whole planet just by changing oxygen and stuff in the air. And it's actually like really crazy when you think about that possibility with this stand ability, because you wouldn't think the stand ability is something that would just do something like that. And that's a really strong ability regardless of the situation, because our main, I guess, view of seeing Weather Report do a lot of crazy shit is in the fight against Pucci, the final fight, where Emporio traps him inside of the room with burning down the house, and then he raises up the oxygen levels in the room to effectively just poison and kill Pucci, because he's like, if I raise the oxygen, it'll poison you, so that'll handle that. So that is just like a big deal of like it was just like a big deal. It was just one of those situations where it makes a stand really stand out and how strong it just is exactly. Except from the first situation where we see him use it in the fight with Jumping Jack Flash, I believe the guy's name is, and he's messing with the oxygen and stuff in the room. And then he's also able to make these little space suits with the air from his clouds and shit, which I thought was pretty cool. And of course, Weather Report can just get clouds in. You can make it rain. You can make it rain. Poison dart frogs. You can summon tornadoes, which is what we can do right there, like little gusts of wind, I guess. Kind of looks like a tornado. Kind of like a Pokemon move. But yeah, the stand is just really damn powerful. And I'm probably going to end up doing like a, stand explain video on this. Or not really a stand explain video, but just a character explain video on Weather Report. If you guys would like to see that, of course, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me. Because, I look back at the feedback and stuff, and I just go from there. And I just jump canceled that on accident. Oops. Forgot you could do that. And I got hit. Oh no, Anasu hit. Okay, that's good. But yeah, so Weather Report is just really strong. Punch barrage. He's got control over the weather, and that's literally just the extent of that. And when you can control weather and stuff like that, you become pretty damn deadly when you know how to use your ability. So that's a super strong ability. And then the way Purple Haze works is it has these little bubbles, kind of like little capsule things that are on Fugo's like hands. And what these little capsule things do is when he pops them, you target somebody, he throws them at him, whatever he does, you just get hit with a little capsule thing. Is they release this poisonous type of virus. It's not curable. You can't really cure your way out of it and get rid of the poison. And it pretty much will just kill you off. So that's really damn strong. There's not really much else to say about it. But a lot of people complain about how Fugo, gets written out of the story, or how he doesn't really do anything. Well, you guys got to understand, one, he's loyal to his boss, Diablo, and two, he doesn't want to hurt his friends in the fight, because he knows that using his stand ability would be very destructive and very dangerous to use just, around everybody else. So here you go, we have heavy weather now. And I think we're going to start getting the rainbows and stuff. We should be. I like getting the rainbows in this, because then everybody else turns into a snail. It's really cool to look at. It's really funny, actually, sometimes. Yeah, now we've got the rainbows and shit. I think you can also get poison dart frogs to summon, but I don't know how you do that exactly. So I don't. I'm sorry, I kind of just like spaced out there. I don't know how you get the poison dart frogs. Those would be really cool to get though. I've never like really done that. But yeah, back to Purple Haze. Purple Haze is just like, you know, super strong and poison. So both of these stands essentially have the ability to poison somebody in one way or another. So I guess that's kind of one similarity between the two. But again, they're both, you know, pretty damn different, because one of them just has a really strong poisonous disease virus thing, while the other one is just able to control the weather and, you know, thus summon clouds with thunder and lightning and crazy shit like that, and, you know, make it rain and all that. You can do all this cool shit. And Purple Haze could just, like, you know, kill you off. So if we were to take both of these stands and switch the situations, I'll say right now, so around the time when Poochie and Weather Report fight, right? When they're with Anasui, they're outside of like the Space Center, well, almost at the Space Center, towards Cape Canaveral. He just kind of flew back there. What the hell was that? But kind of towards that point. All right, and look at how that virus is damaging me. Holy shit, I'm like really low on HP right now. Am I gonna die? Okay, but around that time when he's fighting his brother, right? When Weather Report is fighting Poochie, if he were to have Purple Haze in this fight, well, for one, it would pretty much just be a one-sided fight, because essentially what he would be able to do to Poochie is just infect him with the disease, and then Poochie would just be poisoned. And regardless of Weather Report dying or not, as long as he's able to hold himself off of, against, you know, Poochie long enough, then eventually the poison would just end up killing him, and it would pretty much just get rid of him like that. So that's like, you know, really damn powerful and really deadly. So if he were to just use that, it would pretty much just, you know, kill off Poochie, and probably the only ones that would be dying would be Weather Report and Foo Fighters, compared to everybody else dying and, you know, our normal ending. So that's a big difference right there. And, you know, just having this one big outcome, that would pretty much just change if you were to give him Purple Haze, because he would just instantly get rid of Poochie. I mean, you can't really do much else against poison, and it's kind of already how Poochie dies. He gets, you know, poisoned by Emporio when he uses Weather Report to raise the oxygen inside, bringing down the house inside a little room. So if he had this, then he would essentially just kill him. But he could also end up killing Anasui, because again, this poison is very deadly and it kind of just hits everywhere in an area of effect, or an AoE, whatever term you guys want to call for it, which you can kind of see in this match too, by the way. If he does it again, it kind of comes out in like a little, you know, cloud shape, and essentially just hits everybody. So that would work like that. He might have ended up killing Anasui in the process also. So I guess, you know, the only ones who would have really survived would have been Jotaro, Jolene, and Hermes, and Emporio, but that's better than everybody else dying like they normally do. So that's that big difference between those two fights, which I thought was just, you know, interesting. And, or at least one of those fights, I'm sorry. Now, if we were to give Fugo Weather Report, see, since he doesn't really do too much, I was kind of talking about this in the Discord earlier with a couple of my friends, and we were kind of just discussing this topic before I went to, you know, kind of sit down and record this one, because I was trying to think about some of the situations where he could have done something, and I thought, you know, maybe he could have changed the oxygen in the mirror world, but then again, he wouldn't really have access to get inside of there and really affect, I guess, you know, just the mirror world itself, and change the oxygen in there to kill Man in the Mirror. So, you know, when that was kind of brought up, I was like, you know, that's a good point. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. But, you know, either way, if Fugo were to have access to just weather ability, maybe he would have fought more. He could have definitely, you know, had some impressive feats against some of the characters in the Part 5 cast. And he would have definitely maybe fought more, just being able to, you know, shock down people with clouds of, like, you know, lightning and shit like that. And he wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm too much of a hassle, or my stand ability is way too dangerous for me to try and actually do anything without hurting everybody around me. Because while Weather Report is extremely strong and it can be very dangerous, you definitely would have more control over using that than you would, let's say, you know, just using Purple Haze. You would be able to aim it better and control it better and keep it more compressed, I guess. And then, of course, you always just have the punch barrages, which, you know, pretty much every stand has. Here you can see more of that Purple Haze shit. Looking really good. I actually really like that stand design, by the way. Both of these stand designs are pretty sick to me. Just, you know, Purple Haze and Weather Report. I think those are two of my favorite stand designs just in general. They're really good. But they're both very deadly abilities. Both have the ability of poisoning the opponent in one way or another. Although Purple Haze's poison is definitely and I mean definitely way more deadly, I'd say, in my opinion, just off the bat, because for Weather Report to poison the enemy, he has to change the oxygen level and raise it in the room, which also affects him. So that's kind of just that big difference between those two. Because I know somebody would have probably pointed out in the comments that they are kind of similar in regards to just having this poison, type of ability. So I just want to kind of bring that up and put that into place, and put it into play, I mean. Just so you can kind of have that in the back of your mind when you look at these two stands together. But overall, these two stands are very good. If you were to pair them up together, I'd say they'd be pretty damn effective too. Just having, lots of different ways to handle the enemy. Maybe he could, I don't know, put some of the poison in one of Weather Report's clouds, or Weather Report would be able to control where the poison goes by moving it through the air, via cloud like that. That would be a really cool way for him to use that ability, in my opinion. I think that would be, pretty damn effective. Because if he was able to just carry out, stuff with the clouds and all that, then he would essentially just be able to move around the poison to specific spots, or, keep the poison compressed inside of these clouds so that he could just have them go over certain people, and then they would get handled like that. But overall, that wouldn't pretty much just, if Weather Report were to have Purple Haze, it would change the Part 6 ending for sure. And if Fugo were to have Weather Report, it wouldn't really do too much. Because we don't really see Fugo do much in general, but it would have been still a cool little twist to see. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, of course. Like I always say, tell me what you want to see for the next stand swap, any other character explained videos, any other videos, or just anything, any topic in general that you guys want to hear me talk about. Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.